Good morning all. My name is Arvind, Assistant Professor in EEE Department. In the early session, we discussed about algorithm and flowchart of NR polar coordinate method when PV buses are absent. Now in this class, we will discuss about algorithm and flowchart of NR polar coordinate method. NR polar coordinate method when PV buses are present. So in this class we are discussing about algorithm and flowchart of NR polar coordinate method when PV buses are present. Okay. Firstly we will see algorithm of NR polar coordinate method when PV buses are present. So in this one, the algorithm is step-by-step procedure of any given problem or any given program. So in this one, first step is read system data and formulate Y-bus. So this is the first step, read system data and formulate Y-bus. So in this one, for a given problem we have to read the system data and according to that data we have to formulate the Y-bus. And second step is to assume initial bus voltage magnitude, that is det Vp power 0, and phase angle delta P power 0. So here we have to assume initial bus voltage magnitude det Vp power 0 and phase angle delta P power 0 for all PQ buses. And in this case we have to add PV buses also. So for PV bus we have to calculate phase angle, that is delta P power 0 for all PV buses except slack bus. So in this one we are not considering slack bus, so that means except slack bus. And coming to the third step, in this one first we have to set the iteration count. So that is set iteration count, that is k is equal to 0, and convergence criteria is equal to epsilon. So second step is assume initial bus voltage magnitude and phase angle delta P power 0 for all PQ buses. And in this case we are adding PV bus, means that in that one we have to calculate phase angle delta P power 0 for all PV buses except slack bus. And in third step we have to set the iteration count, that is k is equal to 0 and convergence criteria is equal to epsilon. And coming to fourth step, compute Pp power k and Qp power k for all PQ buses and Pp power k for all PV buses by using these equations Pp power k and Qp power k. So in earlier we derived some equations for real power and reactive power of PQ bus, that is Pp power k is equal to sigma q is equal to 1 to n det Vp Vq Ypq into cos theta Pq plus delta P minus delta Q. And similarly Pp power k is equal to sigma q is equal to 1 to n det Vp Vq Ypq sin theta Pq plus delta P minus delta Q. By using these two equations we have to calculate real power, reactive power for all PQ buses and only real power for PV buses. And coming to step 5, so in step 5 we have to calculate change in real power and reactive power for all PQ buses and PV buses. So that is fifth one. So compute delta Pt power k comma delta Qp power k for all PQ buses and delta Pp power k for all PV buses. So here we have to compute change in real power and reactive power for all PQ buses and real power for all PV buses. So by using the equations, that is delta PP power K is equal to PP specified minus PP power K calculated. In the previous step we calculated PP power K. So in this one I had substitute PP power K value, and similarly reactive power, change in reactive power, that is delta QP power K, that is equal to QP specified minus QP power K calculated. By using these two equations we have to calculate change in real power and reactive power for all PQ buses. At the same time we have to calculate change in real power for all PV buses. And next step, compute largest of the absolute of the residue. So that means we have to calculate delta V maximum. So sixth step is compute largest of the absolute of the residue, that is delta V maximum. And coming to seventh step, so here we have to check the convergence. We have to check the convergence if residue value, in the previous step we have got residue value. So if the residue value is greater than or is equal to epsilon, we have to calculate three more steps. That is, first one is compute the elements of the Jacobian matrix. Already we have found Jacobian matrix in all PQ buses and PV buses. So by using those equations, we have to calculate elements of Jacobian matrix. And secondly, compute delta P and delta det Vp by det Vp. And next, compute the updated new bus voltage magnitude and phase angle for all PQ buses and phase angle for all PV buses. That is, new bus voltages, updated new bus voltages and phase angles of, that is phase angles, that is det Vp power K plus 1 comma det delta P power K plus 1. We have to calculate these two values for all PQ buses. At the same time we have to calculate delta P power K plus 1 for all PV buses. So this is the seventh step. And coming to eighth step, so in eighth step, so in this case we are considering PV bus also. So for PV bus we have to calculate reactive power. That is the eighth step. Compute QP power K for all PV buses, and also check the limits. We have to calculate QP power K for all PV bus, that is reactive power for PV bus, and at the same time we have to check the limits, that is, and check the limits of reactive power, that is QP minimum less than QP power K less than QP maximum. So we have to check the limits, and if S, return to step 4. That is computing the real power and reactive power. And if not, so and after that we have to increment the iteration count, that is K is equal to K plus 1. So in the eighth step we have to compute reactive power for all PV buses and check the limits, that is QP minimum less than QP power K less than QP maximum. There is the checking limit condition for reactive power in PV bus, and if it is S means we have to return to step 4 and increment the iteration from K is equal to K plus 1, and if not, set QP power K is equal to QP minimum and also QP power K is equal to QP maximum. So we have to set these conditions, as in the case of treat this as a PQ bus, then return to step 4 return to step 4, that is complete PV power K and QP power K for all PQ buses and QP power and PV power K for all PV buses. And lastly, we have to compute line power flows and slack bus power, and at last we have to stop the problem or given program. So this is the algorithm for NR polar coordinate method when PV buses are absent. In this one, in the first step only we have to read the system data and formulate Y bus, and in the second one, so firstly we have to start the process, means we have to assume some values. So here we are taking all the buses, that means PQ bus and PV bus. We are already discussed about type of the buses, that is depending upon the given constraints. We have three buses. That one is PQ bus, second one is PV bus, third one is slack bus. So in this case we are considering two buses, that is PQ bus and PV bus. So for that one we have to assume voltage magnitude and phase angle for PQ bus and only phase angle for PV bus except slack bus. So because we are not considering this one because this is a reference bus. Okay, after that we have to set the iteration, that is K is equal to 0, and then we are also setting the convergence criteria is equal to epsilon. And in the fourth step we have to compute real and reactive powers for all PQ buses and also real power for all PV buses. And after that we have to calculate the change in real power and reactive power for all PQ buses and real power for all PV buses. And after that we have to compute the absolute of the largest of the absolute of the residue value, that is delta V maximum. We are already discussed in sixth step. And in the seventh step, come to seventh step, here we have to compute the number of values. That means in this one we have to check the convergence. So in the previous case we have already calculated residue value. So by using the residue value, check the convergence. That is, if the residue value is greater than or equal to epsilon, we have to calculate some values. That is, compute the Jacobian matrix elements, and also we have to calculate delta P, that is the delta P, and delta V by delta P. We have to calculate this phase angle and voltage magnitude, and after that we have to calculate updated new bus voltage magnitude for all PQ buses, that is voltage magnitude delta P power VB power K plus 1 or delta P power K plus 1, and this is for all PQ buses, and for PV bus we have to calculate delta P power K plus 1 for PV bus. So after that, in this case we are considering PV buses are present, means we have to calculate reactive power. So in the next step we have to calculate reactive power, and also we have to check the limits, that is QP minimum less than QP power K less than QP maximum. So and if the condition is true, we have to return to step 4 and increment the iteration from K is equal to K plus 1, and if not set, QP power K is equal to QP minimum or QP power K is equal to QP maximum, as in the case of setting the PQ bus, as in the case of by treating this bus as a PQ bus and return to step 4. And in this case also we are implementing the iteration, that is K is equal to K plus 1, and in the next step compute line power flows and slack bus power. So and last one is stop. So this is the algorithm for NR polar coordinate method when PV buses are present. And coming to flowchart. So in this one we have to draw the flowchart for NR polar coordinate method when PV buses are present. So for that one, so flowchart means the graphical representation of given algorithm. So that means we have start here, start, and next. So start would be in oval shape only because it gives the beginning of the program or given problem. And next, the first step is read system data and formulate Y bus. So I already said that firstly we have to read the system data, because if a given problem we have to read the system data formulate bus admittance matrix, that is Y bus, and after that we have to assume initial bus voltage magnitude, that is Vp power 0, and delta P power 0 for all PQ buses and delta P power 0 for all PV buses. This is the second step. And coming to third step, in this one we have to set iteration count k is equal to 0 and convergence criteria, that is equal to epsilon, and after that we have to compute real power and reactive power for all PQ buses and real power for all PV buses. So in this step we have to compute real power and reactive power for all PQ buses and real power for PV buses, and after that we have to compute change in real power and reactive power. So that is compute delta Pp power k and delta Qp power k for all PQ buses and delta Pv power k for all PV buses. So here the formula is delta Pv power k is equal to Pp specified, that is in the given problem, and Pp power k calculated. In the previous step we calculated Pp power k, so substitute this one, and after that similarly we have to calculate change in reactive power, that means Qp specified minus Qp power k calculated. So by using these two we have to calculate delta Pv power k and delta Qp power k for all PQ buses and delta Pv power k for all PV buses. And coming to next step, in this one we have to compute largest of the absolute of the residue. After calculating the residue value, we have to check the convergence so that is if residue value is greater than or is equal to epsilon. So if it is no, means directly we can calculate line and slack bus power. We have to calculate line and slack bus power and stop. So if it is S, means we have to set bus count, that is P is equal to 2. After setting the bus count to P is equal to 2, we have to check the type of bus. So here in this case we are using two buses, that is PQ bus and PV bus. So if the type of bus is PV bus, we have to take this, and if you have the PQ bus, we have to take this. So for PV bus we have to calculate reactive power. So for that one we are taking two conditions. So in this one we are taking Qp power k is equal to delta Qp power k is equal to Qp maximum Qp power k is equal to Qp maximum minus Qp maximum less than or is equal to Qp, and in this case we have to calculate delta Qp power k is equal to in this case delta Qp power k is equal to Qp power k less than or is equal to Qp maximum and in this case QP power delta Q power K is equal to QP power K greater than or is equal to QP minimum. So in this one we have to calculate delta Q power K is equal to QP power K less than or equal to QP maximum, and at the same time if it is S means we have to calculate delta Q power K is equal to Q power K greater than or is equal to QP minimum. And after that, if it is no means we have to calculate Jacobian elements. We have to calculate Jacobian elements for all PQ buses and PV buses. So here we have to calculate HPQ, LPQ, NPQ and JPQ for all PV buses, PQ buses, and in this case here we have to calculate HPQ, NPQ for all PV buses, that is Q is equal to 2, 3 and so on. And after that so after completing this step we have to calculate, we have to check all buses are taken into account or not. Check all buses are taken into account, that is P is equal to N. If it is S means we have to proceed to compute delta P power K and delta det Vp by det Vp for all PQ buses, and delta P power K for all PV buses, and compute, and after we have to compute updated values, that is delta Q power plus 1, delta P power K plus 1, at the same time delta P power K plus 1 by using, so delta P power K plus 1 is equal to delta P power K plus delta P power K, and det Vp power K plus 1 is equal to Vp power K plus delta Vp power K. By using these two equations we have to calculate updated values for PV buses and PQ buses, and after that we have to calculate, so after that we are taking iteration count, increment the iteration count, K is equal to K plus 1, and if it is S means we have to move to step 4, that is compute Q power K for all PQ buses. At the same time in this one we have to increment the bus count, that is P is equal to P plus 1. So this will give type of bus. So here after computing the Jacobian elements we have to increment the bus count, and after that it will go to step, that is type of bus. We have to check the type of bus and repeat the same steps, and after incrementing the value we have to return to step 4, that is compute Q power K and Q power K for all PQ buses and Q power K for all PV buses. So that's it. Thank you.